Hello! Today I'm presenting my Milestone project on how culture and society shaped who I am. In psychology, we learn that our personality isn't just something we're born with, it's built through our looking glass self, which is basically the idea that we see ourselves based on how others sees us. As an ESFJT, I'm very sensitive to feedback from those I care about. Today, I'm going to walk through 8 areas of my life, from my Mexican roots to my family's toxic reputation, and explain how they created the person I am today. My race and Mexican heritage are the first layer of my personality. In Ralph Litton's theory, he talks about personality organization. My race provided the foundation for my values and how I see the world. Growing up in a Mexican household, there's a certain way of communicating and a specific set of cultural norms that were handed down to me. This heritage makes up my real self and has influenced everything from the food I like to the way I value family connections, even when those connections are difficult. Age plays a huge role in how we change. While many people my age experienced a disrupt maturity because of the pandemic, I feel like I'm finally reaching a more stable place. For the last few years, I've lived alone, and that independence has allowed me to stop being a rebel and start shaping my personality the way I actually want to shape it. I'm moving toward what psychologists call normative stability, where I feel more in control of my emotions and my future than I did when I was younger and living under my family's roof. In my family culture, men were more respected than women, and there was a lot of resentment toward women. To protect myself, I wanted to be a tomboy. I wanted to show that I was tough and deserved respect just as much as any man. Even though my personality test says I am 79% feeling, which means I'm very empathetic, I learned to hide that. This shows how gender expectations can force you to hide your natural traits just to get the respect you deserve. Religion was a mix of background influence and a personal choice because of my grandma. She raised me as a Christian, and because I loved her and valued her opinion so much, she became the first person in my looking glass committee. I grew up conservative because of her. Even when I felt resentful or did things I considered immoral, I still kept strict boundaries, like waiting for marriage. I didn't do drugs or sleep around because those beliefs were so deeply planted in my mind. Most importantly, she showed unconditional love to me and to everyone, which made me want to follow in her footsteps. In my family, education wasn't just a choice, it was an expectation. If you didn't go to college, you were told that you were a failure who would never amount to anything. Because it was forced on me, I rebelled and stayed away from school for years. I didn't want to please my family. I wanted to prove them wrong. However, now that I'm older, I've realized that I need a degree to reach my specific goals of moving abroad and teaching. I'm back in school now, but I've changed the value of education from a family expectation to a personal tool for my own self-actualization. My family is known for being very hardworking, especially in manual labor. This is a huge part of our non material culture. We are doers. I've taken that work ethic and applied it to my own career. Even though I'm moving away from manual labor and into teaching, the same drive to work hard stays with me. It connects to my enterprising Holland code. I'm willing to put in the hours and the effort to build a business or a career that allows me to be independent and successful on my own terms. My family reputation is a mix of things. On one hand, people think we're kind because of my grandma's legacy of unconditional love. On the other hand, the family is very toxic right now, and they often call me crazy because of my mental health struggles. My mom and aunts are members of my looking glass committee who tell me I'm not good enough. But I'm using my best friend's validation to fight that. I'm trying to keep the good part of our reputation, the kindness, while separating myself from the toxic labels my family tries to put on me. Finally, let's talk about money. I grew up middle class, but because my grandpa was a penny pincher, I never felt like I had stuff. I wasn't interested in material things, but my life changed when I became homeless for a time and didn't have a bed or enough food. This taught me the true meaning of socioeconomic status. When I had my own place, I valued my material culture, my stove, my bed, my laptop, so many things. I don't take anything for granted because I've been at the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy. And those experiences made me a much more grounded and grateful person today. These are all the references I used to complete this milestone. Feel free to take a look at them